Alright guys, first game of today's video, we are in Ultimate Champion, around 1728 trophies. I think that's where I started at in the video. So these games were actually already played. This isn't actually a live commentary. I'm trying out something new for the first time today. And that's because it's pretty hard for me to commentate and play. At the same time, I'm like pretty bad at it. Especially in games that I'm like actually trying and I actually like am trying to really focus on. I'm just not able to commentate properly. So yeah, like I'm just gonna try out this new format, I guess. Tell me if you guys like it, or I mean, there's no one probably watching the video, or no one's gonna comment or anything like that, so I don't know. But it is something I'm just trying out for now, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, this guy's playing 3 Musketeers with Ice Golem, Golden Knight, Heal Spirit. There's his Elixir Pump. So yeah, as you can see, this is where I make the first like really big mistake of the game. I actually, as a graveyard player, like when the opponent has their King Tower activated, it is like the worst feeling ever. And I just literally, and then he has a mirror. This guy has a mirror and a pump down. And I just use my poison to activate his King Tower. So I don't know what to do anymore. So this graveyard, well, at this point in the game, I was kind of just like very tilted and I just kind of wanted to like end the game. So I just did that really bad like bar barrel graveyard. I didn't know what to do because like I'm up elixir because he put an elixir pump down, but I don't have any good push to make because graveyard's not really a deck where you make like pushes from the back, like for example, like a Goblin Giant deck, or you know, something like along those lines. So here we get our King Tower up, and he puts on another pump, and it's pretty unfortunate. But like every time that there's a pump, you have to poison on it, and then he's just gonna mirror pump. So we can go in for an actual like Goblin Sign graveyard. And we know he has like 0 elixir because he put down that second pump, the 7 elixir pump, on 0 elixir. So we're just playing defense here. He has 2 pumps down, so we're probably going to be defending for like a good portion of this game. We're just playing defensive, cycling our cards in the back. We need to eat some damage when we have to, because you know we just can't let him get that value. So we're really just chilling, playing defense. Somehow we are up in this game, and he's not really doing a good job of like getting his elixir pumps, like getting like a lot of elixir from his elixir pumps. He's giving us like a lot of poison value. As you can see, we get it on 2 of the Musketeers, which is like good. You always want to get the poison at least on 2 of the Musketeers. If you can, try and get it on 3, but there we got it on 3 in the beginning, and then one of them walked out, which is perfectly fine. And here now we see he doesn't have any more elixir pump, so now we're kind of like in an even spot actually, and we're actually in the damage lead. So all this lead that this guy had in the beginning of the game with the free King Tower activation and like up so much elixir, I did a terrible bar barrel graveyard in the beginning of the game, and all of that, it's like it didn't even happen, right? So that was a pretty crazy golden eye by him. Actually well played on that. So just like really weird, as you can see, just like really weird 3 Musketeers here. So that was a really bad bar barrel there because we missed like the point where the Musketeer walks past the bridge, but then it's getting like the bar barrel, it's hitting the bar barrel and not the tower. There is like a small radius, I guess you could say. Man, it's literally hard for me to commentate even when I'm not even playing the game, guys. That is so sad. I am not any type of Riley or Ian, for sure. But yeah, as you can see, we were actually in the damage lead, and we actually won this game. So, very nice win by us. And let's go to the next game. So yeah, on to the next game here, guys. As you can see, we're around 1,750 trophies. So right now, I think top 10,000 is like 1,900, like high 1,900. So I think we're like around the top 20K if I were to guess. So these are not like low level games or anything, but these guys are, you can tell they're making really weird plays. Like, I don't know why this dude just golemed the bridge. I don't really know what is going through his head here. So unfortunately, the Ice Wizard doesn't kill the Bomber, so that's a little annoying for us. But luckily it's not splashing onto our like Knight and splashing onto the tower and stuff. So we're just gonna go for a Graveyard here because he went for like a really aggressive Golem. So we're just gonna go for a Graveyard. So yeah, now we just set up for defense. We're not overcommitting, we're not tornadoing or poisoning or anything yet. So here he goes for a Night Witch with this like Lumber and a Bomber. So he's kind of just like spamming into us. Like spamming into an Ice Wizard is never really like a good feeling because Ice Wizard is like such a good defensive card, like one of the best defensive cards. And if they don't have like a Fireball or like a Poison or some really good like Lightning is even, I mean, it doesn't feel the best to Lightning and Ice Wizard, but like if you sometimes if you have to get off the map, you have to get off the map, you know. And yeah, he just doesn't have it. And we right there we timed perfectly when he was gonna put a Golem in the back because we knew he was gonna put a Golem in the back. Because we were both hitting 10 Elixir at the same time, and obviously that's what like these Golem players do, right? They just Golem in the back right when they hit 10 Elixir without even thinking. So yeah, now we're just gonna set up for defense. We know this is gonna be a really hard defense because he has an entire Golem pushing down with a Phoenix, and he has his Evo Lumberjack. And now he E-barbs, and I didn't know he had E-barbs until this time, so we instantly get our Goblin Sign down and pop the ability just to deal damage, plus the Barb Barrel, that will do a lot of damage to the E-barbs, and somehow we ended up saving our tower. So now we're just going to play defense for the rest of the game. We're setting up with an early cage. Now you can tell he's frustrated, he just wants this last bit of damage. Really good Knight placement right there because it like the Evo cage kind of sucked up one barrel or one of the elite barbarians and not the other, so that ended up working out really well for us. And we can tell like by the way he just like Evo zapped the tower and stuff, he's kind of just trying everything he can to like finish off the tower, and he had no elixir, so we just go in for a Graveyard Goblin Sign in the pocket and take his other tower and win the game. Alright, we are at 1,786 trophies. Decently high up. Not anything crazy, just 1,700. Literally nothing crazy. But it's something. And if we win this game, then we'll be at 1,800, so that would be a good spot to be in. So we see that he has a 1 Elixir Skeletons Earthquake, so we kind of know already that this is going to be Piggies. Because it's a very popular deck. And it is a very good deck, honestly. And I would say that this matchup is like, it's pretty good for Graveyard, but it could go bad. I have lost this before, but yeah, we kind of just messed up that King Tower activation there. Maybe we just shouldn't have even spent, but the Tornado did do a good job in killing him, or else the Piggies would have got a lot of damage. So it's not like it was a terrible Tornado or anything, but yeah, couldn't get the King Tower up, which is a little unfortunate. But in this matchup, you can really either go like opposite lane or same lane. It's really like depending, I would say, on just the game, how the game is playing out, what the other person is playing like, those type of things. So he kind of just cycles a cannon for no reason. Cycles his log, right? So here we're just gonna Goblin Sign the back because he actually did a good queen there, where we couldn't get any like poison value or anything with it. So we're gonna pop the ability here just to kind of get the queen off the board. We just want that like off the board as soon as possible. We don't want him to get around to like another ability or anything funky like that. So a nice chip damage here. So we're just actually gonna go in for a Knight Graveyard because we have an Evo Knight in cycle, so we just really want to go for that Knight Graveyard. And he had the Earthquake on defense, so we're actually going to try to get our King Tower up here. Nice. We get the King Tower up, and he's going to have to defend this Goblin Brawler. So we're going to actually pressure with the Bar Barrel here because we know that it will kill like the Recruit, and also like that one hit, even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it's kind of like in the back of his head, you know, like, oh man, you know, like his Barbarian's going to get a hit, so I need to go in now. So that's kind of what just happened there. Really bad Earthquake, so now he doesn't have it on defense. Good bridge block though by him, but he's still gonna have to defend the graveyard. It's like, even though they bridge block, it's not like the graveyard is gonna get 0 damage. So we got a few. I mean, that was a really good defense by him, so good job. We knew he had his Earthquake in cycle, so we instantly Knight, and we have the Tornado as well. And here he has to defend this Knight plus Goblin Brawler, and even though it doesn't seem like much, it is actually a decent push. And really good job there of just instantly getting the queen off the board with the ability. And right when he Earthquakes, we just instantly like put down the Goblin Cage because we know he doesn't have, and this is like so frustrating for him. He doesn't know what to do anymore. So now we're just gonna play defense here. Right, he has to push into us. And then he is like, you know what, I can't push into this, so I'm just going to set up with a cannon. So I'm going to Goblin Sign and then Graveyard instantly. Right, even though there's a cannon down, the tower is still getting tanked for. So that's all we can like really ask for. Really bad queen ability by him. And just really bad like pigs as well. He had to Earthquake on defense there, so he doesn't have it for my Goblin Cage. And as you can see, we're just going in for a Knight Graveyard again. Like in triple elixir, it's very easy like to just keep spamming graveyards, especially against these like cycle type of decks. Instantly, even though our Goblin Brawler just popped out of the cage, right when we see him Earthquake, instantly go down for another cage. It doesn't not matter at all. But yeah, really nice win there. And GG's.